This is your boy Leon D. We're going to talk about a lot of things on this podcast, primarily food. I like to talk about food a lot, but we're going to talk about food around the world. We're going to talk about some other things that's going to touch your heart or make you mad. It really don't matter, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you about it though. DJ Leon D. Peace. Let's get it on. Family, let's talk about something that really bothers me quite a bit. I may not say much about it, but today I am. We're going to talk about food at gas stations. Yes, let's talk about it. I'm tired of people telling me how good that food is at a gas station. People brag about it. Oh, Wawa make this good. Royal Farms got the best chicken ever made. No, they don't. They got the best chicken with the most grease. And what you like the most about it is the grease. Because have you ever looked at that food the next day? Yeah. Take a look at it. The very next day. You see all that grease in whatever container you had it in. Look at the bottom of the box. It is soiled to the max. It's soiled. So when people tell me how good food is at a gas station, I think of one of two things. Either they don't know what good food is, or they just love grease. Because everything is deep fried outside the deli sandwiches. It's deep fried. So you cannot go to a Huey Magoo's and brag about how great it is. You can't do that because that food's not very good. It's just chicken tenders. And if you are an adult and you think that's the best food you're ever going to have, that tells me one of two things. You got a bad cook at home and you grew up with the bad cook, like your mom, or your taste buds have just not matured the way they should. You know, as you get older, your taste buds should mature and be more refined as your income goes up. If you want to go there and eat Spam because you're a 21-year-old college kid, I'm fine with that. That's all the money you have. But if you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s and you're eating gas station food, something's very wrong with you. Now, I must admit, most people I see eating gas station food are between 30 and 50. Gas station food is designed to feed those who don't have a lot of choices. They're traveling, they're working, they're busy. I'd rather make my food and carry it with me than to eat gas station food. Because I'm not eating gas station food. That guy who's making your food, he was just pumping gas in my car 10 minutes ago. Go to New Jersey, go to Oregon, where you still pump gas in your car, and you'll see one guy, he's working at Dunkin' Donuts, he's working at the Burger King, he's working at the gas station. All of them are combined together in one unit, especially down south, where they have these like 5 or 6 restaurants in one place. No, they ain't got 40 employees. No. They got one guy. If you get in line, he tells you, ma'am, I'll be right back. Let me go pump gas. Oh, by the way, you want some fried chicken? I'll throw it in while I'm pumping gas. No gloves on and no sink to wash his hands. I mean, that is just what it is. You know, people say, oh, heal me goose. Those places aren't designed to give you a 3-course meal. They're not designed for that. You're not going to get a vegetable. It's all meat. The closest you're going to come is the deli where you get lettuce and maybe tomatoes and maybe pickles. That's all you're going to get. So don't come to me, a certified chef, bragging about how great the food is. No. The food is not good. If the best meal I got came from a Huey Magoo's or Huey Magoo, whatever they call it, I call it Magooey. But if the best meal I got came from that, I would replace my wife and anybody else associated with her, including the kids. Kids, you know their taste buds have not matured yet. But a full grown ass adult, and you talking about let's go eat at Buc-ee's? No, I'm not doing that. It's almost like buying your meal out of Walmart. That's all right if you're single and you got an active, busy life. But if you're retired or the kids are too young to work, you should be shooting for a higher goal than that. Let me tell you a quick story. I went to Texas to visit a friend. Their friend said, hey, I'm going to be a little late getting off work. My son will be there. The son was about 23, 24 years old. And he said, hey, Mr. DJ Leon. I said, what's up? He said, you want to get some food? I said, yeah. You know what? Your dad's going to be on a couple more hours, so we can get a little snack. He said, well, let's just go out and get something. I said, okay, no problem. Let's go out and get something. He drove about 80 miles an hour in a 40-mile zone, like most young kids do, thinking they're invisible. So he drives there, and I said, where are we going? And he got excited. He said, I'm going to get you some good food, some special food. I said, cool, let's do it. I like good food. And I said, tell you what, I'll even pay. He said, great, because you're going to love this place. So when I said I'll even pay, I'm thinking he got a lot of choices in Dallas. We can go get, we can get top of the line food. I got the money, let's do it. He going 80 miles an hour, passing cars on the right and the left. He ain't picky, even on the shoulder. We pull it into this big ass gas station. I said, oh, he out of gas. Didn't think anything about it. He looks at me and said, we're here. I said, we're here where? He said, we are here, Mr. Leon. I said, this is a gas station. He goes, yeah, but it's a Buc-ee's. And I was kind of quiet for a second. He said, this is a Buc-ee's. It's not just a gas station. It's an experience. This is an experience that you would never forget. And guess what, Mr. Leon? It's only 2 weeks old. So everything is still fresh. Even in all the foods. I damn near killed myself. You want to bring a chef to eat at Buc-ee's in Dallas. Now, I don't know Buc-ee's. I guess it's the founder's name. I don't know much about the guy. But all I know, I seen about 40, maybe 50 big rigs gassing up. I walk inside. They got a huge restaurant part. And they sell everything you could want. It's like the Walmart of gas stations. You want it, they got it. Packaged very, very pretty. I was just totally stunned by that, what I had saw. And his eyes is wide open. You would think he won the lottery by coming to Buc-ee's. And they got like 1,000 people in there. They're buying everything. They're buying peanuts. They're buying coffee. They're buying hot dogs. They're buying everything. I'm like, what the hell did I get myself into? And see, that's why I don't like going out and eating with kids, young adults. Don't like it at all because their taste buds are totally corrupt. They haven't had a good meal in years. And the ones living their own, you can hang it up. I know, I got one of those. So I sit there and I'm talking to him. I say, hey man, listen, if you want to eat here, he goes, oh, Mr. Leon, you gotta want to eat here. You gotta want to eat here. I said, no, the hell I don't. The hell if I do. I don't want to eat here. So he commences just eating. He is at the buffet line. Now, remind you, all I seen was nasty stuff. I see the lady go ahead and fix his plate. And she said, I'll be right back. I'm going to eat some greens. She ran outside, filled up 3 18-wheelers in gas and diesel. Didn't see her clean her hands, wash her hands, and nothing. Came right back in and picked this food up and served him. I said, what the hell I just saw? It's almost like it's a creature feature show. You know something dumb is going to be done, and you know the creature is going to eat them. But yet, you sit there and you watch anyway, even though the script hasn't changed in 300 years. So my whole point was, he was talking about his Buc-ee's, man, like this is the best thing ever invented. And I look over as we were leaving, and I look at his gas needle. And the gas needle is behind the E. I said, holy hell. He's not thinking about getting no damn gas. I'm thinking about we're gonna be walking 20 miles back to the house. And the other thing too, when he got through eating, he said, "Mr. Leon, you said that you was gonna pay for my food." I said, "Hell no, hell no, I'm not paying for Buc-ee's." But he never once mentioned the gas that he didn't have, that we needed to get back. So what I told him, I said, "Listen, Buc-ee's all right for you, but I got very mature taste buds. I know crap when I see it. And I'm definitely not gonna eat it. Not gonna happen with me." So my point to all of you, don't go to the 7-Eleven. You know, I went to 7-Eleven one time. You know, I was buying some gum or something. And, you know, they have these specials, hot dogs, you know, 2 for $5 or 2 for $4, whatever it is. I was in there and it's about 2 in the morning, I was traveling. And I seen this guy behind the counter put a hot dog back on the warmer. He put this hot dog back on the warmer. It didn't come out of a pack. It wasn't brand new because it had some age to it. You know, when they turn black and brown, they got a lot of age to it. Most of them are brown in there. And I watched him and I said, "Hey, what's wrong with that hot dog?" You know, he goes, "Oh, a customer bought 2 for $5 and he could eat both of them. And I didn't want to throw it away." A guy right behind me walked in the store. He gave it to him. So my point is, when you go in those gas station stores, they don't throw food away. They do not throw food away. What they don't sell, well, actually they sell everything because they're going to put it back on the burner, keep it warm for the next idiot who's eating gas station hot dogs and taquitos and all the other gas station stuff. So you're there. So you don't know what you have has not been touched yet, because what you have has probably been touched. And think about it. They got these young, dumb kids working in these stores in the middle of the night. They drop a hot dog. What do you think they're going to do? If they drop it on the floor, what do you think they're going to do with that? Nobody's in the store. It's 2 in the morning. That owner or manager has told him, "I counted 200 hot dogs. I see receipts for 256 hot dogs. I gave you 200 hot dogs when I left. Why did I sell 256 hot dogs? Hey, boss, 56 of them I put back on the burner. People didn't want to eat them. They got full, whatever." He just got a bonus. That boss is thinking to himself, "I got a smart one." I mean, it's not like a restaurant where if you take a bite of a hot dog, you know, and you don't eat it all, they throw it away. No. 7-Eleven, you take a bite of a hot dog, you don't want to eat it all, it goes on the mini hot dog rack. You say, "Wait, they got some half hot dogs here." Yeah, they got a bunch of half of everything. You buy that donut, you say, "Why do the end of the donut looks crazy?" Because he's taking a knife and the part you didn't eat, he's selling it as minis. Yeah, the part you didn't eat is going to be sold as a mini. So you got to be careful. I know people who had food poisoning and did not know where they got it from. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never had food poisoning. But I can tell you what people told me. The first time you get it, you're going to see death. You're going to think that this is it, I'm dead. The first time you see it, the first time you get it, you're going to feel that way. So if you go to a gas station and they got, you know, right next to the pump diesel, you see your food, they probably using diesel oil to heat the burners. Who knows? But my point is, you go to a gas station to get gas. You go to a liquor store to buy liquor. You go to a restaurant to eat. When you start confusing all of them or getting them all mixed up, your body is going to have a reaction that you can't control. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you made that decision. Some people say, "Oh, to me, it's like going to a Waffle House." You know, the kind where the guy's, you know, cooking everything on the menu. He's got 10 pages of of menu that he's cooking. He's cooking everything on the damn menu. He's gonna throw it on the same griddle, that he hasn't cleaned for 3 or 4 weeks. It's got cigarettes. It got cigarette ashes on it because he's smoking away. It's got all this stuff going on. Yet the one guy who just got out of prison and a minimum wage job is all he needs to tell his probation officer, I'm employed. He ain't got to be good at it, because if you're good at a job, you will not make minimum wage. But when you go into one of these gas stations, it's kind of like going into Zaxby's, the worst place in the world to eat any damn thing. But a lot of people like a lot of deep fried food. They don't really like the food. I'm gonna tell you right now. People say, "Oh, I love KFC. I love this." They really don't like it. They like the grease. Grease will make you come back to a place. Now, I am a smoker. I'm a barbecue smoker. I have smokers. I smoke almost all my food. You know why? I don't like a lot of grease. And when you get deep fried food, you can't control how much grease you're going to eat. Because you get a deep fried turkey, that grease is hiding in there. It's hiding somewhere. People say, oh, it's moist. You can inject food with apple juice, with a lot of different things and make it moist. It ain't always got to be grease. But gas stations, all they know is grease. And you don't know if that grease is from the gas tank or from a bottle of grease. You don't know that. You got to go and guess and hope what it is, but there's no guarantees. So when you go to these gas stations, man, it's not designed to be a 5-star place. But people treat it like it is. I went to the gas station. This dude, he had about 50 seats. All were full. All ages. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did I walk into? And they was and they was picky about how they ate it. It's gas station food. Why in the hell are you picky? It's like going to a buffet and say, can I have some fresh chicken? Can you bring it out, please? Hell no. And a lot of these places nowadays, it's hard to go to any place to eat. 7-Eleven, Wawa's, Royal Farms, Circle K, without walking past the food. Because they got the food right next to the checkout. You got to see the food. They make sure you don't walk out. They make sure you don't walk out without seeing their food. They make sure of that. And they put it right at the right height where your 6-year-old son can see it. Dad, they got hot dogs. Those are not hot dogs. Those are pig nuts. Ground up into a hot dog. Not hot dogs. Ask for a beef hot dog. Not. Every now and then a few of them say, we got beef hot dogs. Mm-hmm. People eat food and not know the difference. In a gas station, that 17-year-old kid, it don't matter to him what it is you want. It all came from the same place. And it's been on that rotisserie roller to keep it warm for a few days. They just put it at a good 90 to 100 degrees. But it's been there. Matter of fact, it might be older. It might be on there longer than your kid's been born or your wife been pregnant. It's been there for a while. And they use the same foods that they selling to you in the freezer. The brands you never heard of, these cheap brands, they're using the exact same thing. So what you got to do, if your palate can tolerate that, more importantly, can your stomach? Because if you eat that food, it's designed to not stay in your body very long, shoot itself out so you can buy more of it. So when you see these gas stations, they got McDonald's or Burger King or Huey Magoo's or Royal Farms or Wawa, man, get the gas and keep going. If it takes you another 3 or 4 minutes to go find someplace a little better, a little decent, go do that. You will not regret it. Go do that. But the goal is to get you to buy that nasty ass food. Even when you buy the Krispy Kreme donuts, I go in there every now and then, 11 o'clock at night when I'm leaving a football game or whatever. I see the same donuts with the same problems that I saw at 6 in the morning for the exact same price. A lot of the food in gas stations and these fast food places that are combined, the goal is to test your teeth. How hard can you bite to make this swallowable? Yep, that's a new word, swallowable. Can you swallow this? Because you got to put a lot of pressure to bite 2-day-old donuts or chicken that's been on the burner, sitting there all day, and hot dogs that's been there all day. Yeah, it's not designed to cook the hot dog. It's designed to keep it warm. So when you get it, it's warm, but you think it's the best thing you're ever going to run across. This is your boy Leon D telling you about gas station food. Do not eat it, man. Just keep going. If worse comes to worse, get a bag of M&Ms. You know what that's going to taste like, and you know you can handle that. So be safe out there. Just because it's the holidays and you getting ready to travel, don't mean you got to be getting ready to die from bad food from a gas station. Peace out. Your boy Leon D. See you next time.